Okay, in this race, this is the final. There was an issue with the warm-up lap where I was stuck behind someone and I thought I had to wait for them. I wasn't sure of the position, so I didn't quite get the pack. And there we go. The race gets started and I haven't even taken my position. So there we come down and you can see Peter Gigas, something happened to him and he spun out. I think he may have just spun by himself. I'm not sure. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm behind Wayne Crump again. This is not the person I want to be behind. And the stewards actually just did have a little talk to both of us on the oh, there we go. Wayne's getting through on Russell Sheehan, so he's got through. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm still behind Wayne Crump, great. But the officials did actually have a talk to us on the pit, on the straight, on the starting grid, and they said, I don't want to hear any shenanigans out of you two, just calm down. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. I don't really want to have any beef, so I'm just going to get over it. Not worry about it. So I was just worried about him holding a vendetta. So anyway, so I was trying to be very careful behind him. Didn't want to have any issues. So you can see I'm just having a look, not doing anything silly. Sometimes that happens in motorsport. People get a bit upset and they behave very irrationally. So it's just part of most motorsport. Anyway, I'm just thinking, how am I going to get past this guy? I really need something to happen for me to be able to get through. Just staying tight. He's up behind Campbell, I think. Campbell McMillan. There we go. And he goes up the inside, and there's my opportunities, because they both get knocked wide, and fortunately, I managed to get up alongside completely this time. So there's nowhere to come back, and I've got past him without any problems. So that was a huge, huge relief. And you can see Dylan. Dylan's also got past as well. So Dylan's been going really well. He's just been stuck in the pack. And he had that incident in Heat 2 as well. So here we go. Now I'm up behind John. Okay, we've got 13 laps in this race too, so it's a little bit longer, which is good. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. So, just looking to catch John. Once again, I feel like maybe something's up with John's kart setup this weekend, because I feel like he's not as fast as he usually is. And at the front, you can see it's Alan in second now, and Darren in front. And then we've got Lee, Andrew Draffin, and then Steve Lewison, John, and then myself. So we're a bit closer to the front than we were in the last heat, because that was a total disaster. And here we're up behind John again now, so just seeing if there's anywhere I can go through. Yeah, can't get into there, it's very difficult. Maybe he's losing some straight line speed, I'm not sure. This is my favourite place to make a pass, but yeah, up there didn't get the best exit. So just up behind him here. Try to get alongside, but not quite close enough. So yeah, I just pull in neatly behind him this time. And Dylan's past Wayne Crump, so that's what I should have done. Dylan got a little bit further ahead though, so that was good. And yeah, John seems like he's really struggling here. Oh, and I got really wide there. I tried to brake too late and then nearly lost it. Losing a bit of ground. You can see Dylan's catching up behind me too, so he's doing really well. Trying to go wide and see if there's any other way to get around. Leader's getting away. And there's this trio ahead of us. And then there's John. And actually John points this time. He actually lets me go. So I give him a nice little wave to say thank you, because he's actually let me past. So that was just what I needed. Very, very gentlemanly behaviour. So I really appreciated that. So I think he knows he's got an issue at this point. So there we go. So now I've got a bit of a gap to the front trio ahead of us. Because I think there's the front two, who are probably too quick. And then there's this trio. I think it's Steve, Andrew, and Lee. Those three. So I'm just trying to catch them as much as I can, because they're pretty much stuck together. So yeah, so Darren, Alan, then Lee, Andrew Draffin, and then Steve Lewison's coming up past Andrew Draffin. There we go. And then Dylan's just behind me, Wayne Crump behind him. So it's all really close. And trying to put some laps together, but I just felt like at this point I was overdriving a little bit. I kept making a few mistakes, which was holding up my catching of these guys. If I could just put the lap together, maybe I might be able to catch them. Anyway, so not too bad around here. Yep, that's such a good shot coming down the straight there. So caught up a little bit that lap. Trying to go over that curb there, but I feel like it's unsettling the kart at the moment, so I might have to think about that corner a bit more. Just not trying to brake too deep, trying to make sure that I can actually hit the apex and get a nice exit rather than worrying about braking the latest of the late. Oh, that's right, I actually went over the curb there and I went really wide, so that was a nasty moment. So I think, yeah, that probably cost me a couple of tenths that bit. And you can see I'm not really making any ground on them at this point. Oh, there we go. I opened the flap as well, so I suddenly remembered the engine overheating a little bit. Got it up to about 60, 67 degrees, and I'm thinking, oh, that's a bit high. So hopefully bringing it down will give me a little bit extra. Oh, sorry, bringing the temperature down will give me a little bit extra. That was a better entry, nice and wide and then nice and circular. Just hoping that I can catch these guys before the end of the race. And you can see there's a guy with the non-Evo coming down the straight here. So they caught him at a good spot, but unfortunately for me, I kind of catch him at the worst possible spot. Coming into this corner here, he tries to get out of the way, but I'm too far back, and then I really had to lift off in here, so I didn't hit him. Fortunately, he did let me through here, so that was really good. But I feel like I probably lost a few tenths there because I had to back off. So the fact that I'm probably only at best a couple of tenths faster than guys ahead, I think I really needed to make up more time on that lap. So you can see they're actually getting away from me at this point. I didn't make up any ground on that lap at all. So Lee's still in front. Yeah, a bit leery going into the corner there. I do find Todd Road circuit to be quite straightforward most of the time. If you've seen any of my Oakley videos, I actually prefer the Oakley circuit. I think it's a lot more interesting. Whereas this circuit is really just about being on and off the power. Oh, there you go. You can see Alan's had a problem. Looks like his engine's gone kaput or something. Or maybe a spark plug. I don't know. Who knows what it is. So he's out. So that elevates us all up. So now I'm in 5th place instead of 6th. And fortunately I passed Alan. I gave him a little wave that he let me through. So that was really good because you don't want to catch anyone there, as I said, the previous lap. So just inching up on these guys. I can see they're really close to each other, so I know that they're going to start squabbling, and that's my opportunity to really gain some time. Yeah, definitely inching up on them here. I think that opening the flap on the radiator has really helped. You can see Darren, he's way out in front. There we go. So Lee's trying to protect his position and stopping them come through, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time. And and there we go, side by side into 2 and 3, which is really difficult. So you can just see how much that gives me. Who came out in front there? Oh, so Lee ends up behind both of them, so that was really unfortunate for him. And look at that, right on his back. So I tried to come up here a little bit, but just couldn't. And unfortunately this is the last lap, I believe, so not enough time. I needed a few more laps, I think, to get into the next position. And there we go, there's the checkered flag. So that was my race weekend. I ended up with a 5th, which wasn't too bad considering what happened in Heat 3. So yeah, the best that I could do on that weekend.